YouTube, what it do? It's your man Devin Hughes here. I'm gonna talk to you all something that has been, I've noticed throughout the years of childhood franchises that we all grew up and love can turn it into something bad and stupid when it comes to parents, fanboys, soccer moms, you name it. You know, even politics nowadays. Um, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles were a huge breakout stars back in the 80s. 1984 introduced them, to the comics, the black and white comics. They were popular. Then after that, they came out with the 1987 TV series. I'm going to talk about the cartoon first. The cartoon is what, it's what made tmnt popular in the first place. Late 80s and the early 90s. Season 1 of the Ninja Turtles cartoon, Michelangelo's weapons were the nunchucks. Were made to to hit things and to hit opponents that have like extra weapons on them that can knock the weapons off and do a lot of damage to your opponent. But when it comes to the soccer moms and the parents complaining about how nunchucks are violence, what violent ninja weapons do you know will do harm on people? It's only used for self-defense when it comes to martial arts. But when it comes to a cartoon, that's what really ruined it. And it's some seasons later, you see him use some type of ninja weapon that looks nothing like the nunchucks, that type of rope that you use to climb a building with. And this is all done by the people who complain about the ninjas. Soccer moms just need to leave stuff alone. Let us enjoy what we're given. That's the one thing I hate about the Ninja Turtles franchise. And then the cartoon. You know what? There were only 5 good episodes from season 1. Season 2 is when things went downhill. Only 10 seasons from from the late 80s and the early 90s were really, really bad after season 1. And it really shows just how stupid the production crew can be when it comes to cartoons. And they couldn't stick with the elements from season 1 when they really have everything going for season 1. Season 1 was a lot better because when they fought the foot ninjas, they were robots. They chopped them into pieces, just like in the video games. But when it comes to different seasons of this, under the same name, I feel like they gave up. Then came the early 90s when the first Ninja Turtles movie came out. That film alone was really, really great. It was really good. It's more based on the comics than the cartoon. But it has some references from the cartoon and some video games. Because I remember when I first watched the DVD. Hold on. Alright, so I have this right here. This, I kind of remember when I first got this in 2000, and I believe this was from 2003 or 4. When 2005 came around, that's when I became a huge TMNT fan because of this. you know, I was watching a movie and I was just drawing the cartoons at the same time because this movie was a lot better than the first two. The second TMNT movie is what really things went really bad because number one, the parents were complaining about, you know, of how the first movie was way too violent, and so they decided to throw some cheesiness stuff to the second movie, which was terrible and a bad idea. Donatello playing with a toy, Michelangelo using the sausage as the nunchucks. Like I don't know what's the parents' problem with movies with violence. Martial arts are violence. But well, they probably, you know, forgot that the martial arts movie had martial arts. It has violence, but without the blood and stuff. You don't need blood in a martial arts kids movie, okay? Did you see any blood in a family-friendly kids martial arts movies? No. Look. Only thing that really ruined this thing are the soccer moms. The soccer moms, the parents, like basically adults who, I don't know, man. Just it's terrible. And then there was the third movie. The third movie, it was so bad. The costumes looked hideous. They looked like they were smoking crack cocaine. They look like old people that are in their who are 85 years old, who is looking old and pitiful. That's what the costumes look like. And the plot was so bad that I just had to turn it off. I remember watching this movie when I was a kid, when I was a child. It was so bad. I don't know what Hollywood, no, I don't know what's the people's problem. Because the first movie was great. The first two movies were really awful. God awful. But I can only say one thing about the second movie is with Ernie Reyes Jr. He made me a TMNT fan. He's the reason why I love Ninja Turtles. And then I watched some of his movies, and I became a huge fan of his also. And it shows. It's the truth. Whenever you think of Ernie Reyes Jr., you think of these, and when you think of this, you think of Ernie Reyes Jr. True story. And then came the video games. The first one came out on the NES was really terrible. It looks like the designers and the developers didn't really care. It's like they're showing lack of everything, and it's quite obvious though. And then you get the two TMNT games, the arcade and Mutants in Manhattan. I've seen the gameplay on YouTube, and those are great games. Then came Turtles in Times and the Hyperstone Heights. Those two are great games. And then I see some Game Boy Color games. I thought that was pretty cool. And then came the oh my god, the specials. The TMNT Coming Out of Our Shell tour. I remember when I first watched it when I was a child on the VHS. I was so dumb and blind that I didn't realize how bad and stupid they look. And the turtles themselves, they look god awful. They look like they were got finished smoking a pack of weed, a joint, or whatever it is, or whatever it is that they were snorting in the systems, drunk or whatever. That's what they look like in that Come Out of Our Shell tour. Oh my god. Master Splinter looks so bad. This whole movie sucked so bad. I was watching Nostalgia Critic and Angry Video Game Nerd do a review of it. They hated it so much as I did. It's a shame about just how bad this project was made. Man, it's embarrassing. And then came the 1997 kids show, Ninja Turtles, The Next Mutation. They were trying to copy off of Power Rangers, and it failed miserably. It did not work. It did not make sense. And I've seen the behind the scenes footage of it, and one of the producers said that they was trying to make this movie, try to give it this Jackie Chan type of feel to it. What's the point of it, really? I'm sorry, but it's really, really bad, man. And then they got this Power Rangers in space crossover with the Ninja Turtles. It was okay, but it wasn't that great. It was so cheesy. Nah. I hated that special. I mean, it was alright, but it was not really that great. But then came the 2003 series. That show was a great start for me, because that's when I began to become a Ninja Turtles fan again. I became fully obsessed with the Ninja Turtles when I was in Green Elementary School. I would use my Crayola crayons. I used to draw them like crazy because of how obsessed I was with them. I was very obsessed with the Ninja Turtles because they kind of take me back to that 1987 cartoons and the video games and the movies. It was because of it. Then came the Ninja Turtles Fast Forward series. I hated it. It sucked. Then the 2007 CGI movie. It sucked. It was really bad. And then came the Ninja Turtles Turtles Forever movie, came out in 2009. All three generations of Turtles, the current Turtles, the classic Turtles, and the 1984 comic Turtles, all made an appearance in one movie. It was kind of cool, but I felt like, I don't know, man. I mean, it just wasn't for me. The 2012 Turtles, yeah, I became a huge fan. And the show is still being run today, which was by far one of the best cartoons Nickelodeon has ever done. And I'll get to my next franchise that has also suffered its problems in my next video. So, y'all stay tuned for that, and I'll be right back.